refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back to CTC. I'm your gracious host, Carl, and I'm back for another episode. And today we got weekday Maction in week 11. So that's what I'm here to talk to y'all about. But before I do any of that, I like to ask that y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. It helps the channel, it helps the network, it helps my channel, CTC, by way of the Refuse to Lose network. Now, since I went live earlier, and I gotta hurry up and talk about 2 games before 7 o'clock and get y'all my predictions before they start, I'm going to just list the shows. So we got the main show featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave. We have Unfazed featuring Joe and AJ. We have BWT, Baseball with Teddy. FFC Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs. We got Dave's Doghouse, RBO featuring Vaughn, and In the Red Corner featuring Ty, Ricky, and Tomo. So please, if you like what you're listening to, like, comment, share, subscribe to those channels as well. Now, we're about to get into this week 11 action, but before we do that, got to talk about these polls. So we got to bring on poll talk. Now, a lot of the polls, top 10, are about the same. You know, the ones that I said won't change, they did not change, and they probably will never change until somebody loses. But we do have a mini shakeup in the top 10. Also, we do have the College Football Committee doing their top 25, I believe, today. I'm looking at what time it is right now. So give me 1 second. I know it's today though. It is probably it's probably 7 o'clock on ESPN. It is. Oh wait, hold on. My bad. It is. College football is Tuesday today. Why is nobody giving me a release time? I don't know. I know it's at 8 today at 8. So boom, y'all be on the lookout for that. But I'm going to talk about the AP top 25 going on currently. So number 1 is Ohio State, 2 is Indiana, 3 is Texas A&M, 4 is Alabama, 5 is Georgia, 6 is Oregon, 7 is Ole Miss. Those are the ones that did not change. We have a new number 8 in BYU, who rightfully so. They are 8-0, top of the Big 12. They move up 2 spots. Texas Tech moves into 9, and I think that's rightfully so. In the Big 12, a game behind BYU, lost 1 game, be it to Arizona State. To Arizona State, but they play each other. They play each other this Saturday, so that'll be a big game. And 10 is Notre Dame. 10 Notre Dame has 2 losses. Miami loss don't look so great. It's still it's not a bad loss, but it don't look as great because Miami has lost again. And Texas A&M, who is 3rd. So 10 Notre Dame is fine with me. Then 11 through 20, we have Oklahoma at 11, which teams, I'll get it. Teams have lost. They did beat Texas. So I'm iffy on. I'm real iffy on. Their best win is probably Texas. Well, yeah, I would say Texas. But their next best win besides Texas was Tennessee, then Michigan. Other than that, Illinois State, Temple, Auburn, who just lost to Kentucky, South Carolina, who was very disappointing this year, and that's it. So But they do got games against Bama, Missouri, and LSU coming up. So we're going to see that 11 will be tested. 12 is Virginia, which I love it. Only have one loss. I can't even remember who they lost to, but I want to say it's not that good of a loss. Oh, they lost to NC State, who just upset Georgia Tech. So not that bad of a loss. Not a great loss, but not that bad. Texas, who they just beat Vandy, so I feel like that's okay. Louisville, which I would have Louisville squared 14 because you can't jump them over Virginia. Virginia did beat Louisville. 15 is Vandy, which I think that's fine. 16 is Georgia Tech. 17 is Utah, which I would probably move Utah a little bit up. 18 is the U. 19 is Mizzou, and 20 is USC, which thankfully, thank God, they finally made sense of it and put USC in front of Michigan, who's at 21. Memphis is 22. Tennessee drops all the way down to 23, which let's look at Tennessee's schedule real quick, right? So Tennessee, they have wins against Syracuse, who stinks. ETSU, FCS. Georgia, they lost. Not granted, overtime, but they lost. UAB, stinks. Mississippi State just won their first SEC game in 2 years, or a year and a half. Not that great of a win. Went to overtime. Arkansas stinks. Bama was a loss. Kentucky stinks. And they just lost to Oklahoma. They have no good wins. None. Not a one. Every time they played a good team, they lost. They should not be ranked. The only reason why Tennessee is ranked is because they're in the SEC. And because they were ranked higher. Tennessee should not be ranked at this current moment. And then they don't even have a team. Well, they have one game, last game of the year, to prove that why they should be ranked. And that's Vanderbilt. They play New Mexico State and Florida, who stunk. Tennessee should not be ranked. And at 24th is Washington, which I've been asking for Washington to be ranked for quite some time. And Cincinnati, who dropped all the way to 25, which is, I mean, after you lose like that, you better be thankful you were 17th. Could have fell out the rankings. I wouldn't have tripped. Now, Tennessee shouldn't be ranked, but a team like Iowa could be ranked. A team like San Diego State. I gave San Diego State praises on my show a couple weeks ago. They could be ranked. North Texas, maybe even, could be ranked. Throw South Florida back into the rankings possibly. SMU is dicey. Houston could have probably held on and stayed ranked, but I mean, you lose at 22 to West Virginia. I get it. And I'm not saying they should be ranked, but yeah, I would. For real, my two choices would have been either Iowa or San Diego State. So that's that on that. That's poll talk. Let me know your thoughts. I just don't think Tennessee should be ranked. I actually, beyond that, don't have too much of an issue with the college football polls, to be completely honest with you. Besides me thinking Tennessee shouldn't be ranked, I have no other issues. Next, what happened to the Maction tonight? We have UMass at Akron. Akron comes into this as 12.5-point favorites. 7 o'clock on CBSN. Now, UMass is currently defeated, have not won a game. Akron is trying to possibly fight for a bowl game at 3 wins. With this, puts them one game closer to possibly being bowl eligible. UMass, AJ Harrison, he has to protect the football. He's 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He got to protect the football. Stop the run of Akron. You don't want them to run the ball, control the clock against your team. You want to stop the run, probably put them in some third and long situations. You want to pressure Ben Finley, the quarterback for Akron, force some turnovers, and you got to convert on third downs. Your third down conversion this year is 34 of 121. That is not good. That's not even 30%. That is below 30%. You have to convert on third downs. Now, if you're Akron, you got to force some turnovers. Like I said, AJ Harrison on the year is 3 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Got to force some turnovers, get some short fields. Akron also has a third down conversion rate problem. Maybe even worse. They are 36 of 126 on third downs. They have to convert on third downs as well. Just terrible on third downs. Establish Jordan Gant, your running back, and you got to force some third and longs because Akron, not because Akron, UMass is so bad on converting on third downs. But my last point is Akron needs to score. Why? UMass averages 11.5 points per game on the season, which is super low. So with that being said, I am taking Akron to win this ball game. Just UMass offensively is terrible. They're one of the, if not the worst team in college football at this current moment. Yes, even over Kent State, who we will be talking about because they play tomorrow. UMass is just not a good football team. They left the independent. I don't even want to say circuit, but I'll say circuit for lack of a better term. They were an independent school. They joined the MAC and they lost to Kent State. They are to me, it's between them and Sam Houston in the battle of worst team in college football currently. So I have Akron winning this game. Now, next, this is a huge game in terms of MAC championship contention. We have Miami of Ohio at Ohio, 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Now, Ohio is 2.5-point favorites in this ball game. This game is 7 o'clock on ESPN2, like I said. Miami of Ohio, you got to establish Daquan Finn on the ground. The quarterback, I know he wants to throw the ball, but he's also really good with his legs. I know he took like a bad hit, but that was weeks ago against UNLV, trying to escape the pocket and throw it down the field. Actually led to a pick six too, but you got to establish him on the ground. You got to force some turnovers if you're Miami of Ohio. That is one way to beat Ohio. You got to just get them off schedule, force turnovers, maybe some interceptions on Parker Navarro, maybe fumble the ball because they do love to run the ball. So maybe punch the ball out. Contain Parker Navarro because he is very explosive at the quarterback position. Get off the field on third downs. That'll be huge for this Miami of Ohio defense. And you want to get Ohio behind the chains. But I will say this. You want to get them behind the chains, but Ohio do have a guy in Chase Hendricks who is very good in converting on third downs. So you also got to watch him on third downs as well. Now for Ohio, run Parker Navarro. He's like the Pavia to this Ohio offense. He's the heart and soul of this offense. Ohio goes as far as Parker Navarro takes them. So you want to get him going. Next, you want to contain Daquan Finn legs. Yes, he can run. You got to be ready for that. Next, you want to establish Sia Bangura. He left Ohio last season. He came back for this season. So he's the leading rusher. You want to get him going on the ground. Get Chase Hendricks the football. Like I said, he's very good on converting on third downs. He's very good in general. And last but not least, you want to protect the football. Parker Navarro, I believe, has 7 interceptions on the year. You want to protect the football if you're Parker Navarro. But my winner is Ohio. 1, home game is huge in this matchup. Home field advantage is huge against Miami of Ohio. Secondly, I just think Parker Navarro and his explosiveness will be a little too much for this Miami of Ohio defense. It's just a game breaker of a quarterback in Parker Navarro, and I think he gets going in the run. It's just going to make the passing game open up so much more for Chase Hendricks and the guys. And I do think Miami of Ohio will struggle a bit getting off the field on third down. So give me Ohio in this matchup. Next, we have tomorrow's slate. We got Northern Illinois, at Toledo. Toledo comes into this one as 14.5-point favorites. This game is tomorrow, 7 o'clock on ESPN. Now, for the Northern Illinois Huskies, they have to find a way to score points. It's been an issue. It's been an issue all year. I know they talked about how they had this new offense, and it just hasn't been panning out this year. It hasn't. And you're going against a Toledo team that can put up points. So didn't show it last week against Washington State, but, that's just a difference in class. And when you talk about Toledo and Washington State. But you got to figure out a way to put up points. I don't know why I put this in. Whatever. Next, if you're Northern Illinois, you want to pressure Tucker Gleason, the quarterback for the University of Toledo. He puts a pressure on him. Maybe he force a pick. Maybe incomplete passes, off-schedule throws, things like that. You got to stop the run because they do have the Kentucky transfer and Chip Trainium, formerly of Kentucky and Ohio State. Protect the football and get off the field on third downs because if you don't, I've watched Toledo dice Western Kentucky weeks back, like towards the beginning of the season, dice them. Now, if you're Toledo, you want to just run it up, score, because like I said, Northern Illinois has an issue with scoring points this season. Get Junior Vandervoss the ball. He's a dominant group of 5 receiver. You want to get him the ball and let him make things happen. Establish Chip Trainium, who's your leading rusher on the year. Contain Telly Johnson, who to me is the best player on that Northern Illinois offense. and 4 starting longs, get Northern Illinois behind the chains. Like I said, they already struggle scoring, so they're going to probably struggle converting consistent third and longs. And with that being said, my winner is Toledo. Toledo needs this game to stay pace and possibly contending for the MAC championship. Now, this was my MAC championship winner, and I do think that their offense is super explosive, and I think they unload tonight against Northern Illinois. So give me Toledo. And the last game I wanted to talk about was Kent State at Ball State. Ball State comes into this one as 2.5-point home favorites. Fun fact, they did beat Ohio, so that's big for Ball State. This game is tomorrow, 7 o'clock on ESPN 2. Oh, ESPN U. I wrote down ESPN 2. So am I tripping? Oh, I wrote down ESPN 2. But the game is supposed to be on ESPN U. Let me fix that in the notes real quick. I don't even know how I did that. Boom. All right, cool. Yeah, the game is on ESPN U. Yeah, I wrote down 2. I must have. Oh, see, and then this one's supposed to be on ESPN 2. So Northern Illinois Toledo tomorrow's on ESPN 2. That's what the hiccup was. Cool. So, Kent State contain Khalil Kelly. That man is explosive at quarterback. Parker Navarro is super explosive, but I mean, I know what I said about Parker Navarro being a heart and soul. Like, Ball State legit leans on Khalil Kelly in this offense. So, you take him away, you handicap the Ball State offense. Get Ball State behind the chains. They do like to run the ball. As you can see, Khalil Kelly is still under 1,000 yards passing on the season. So get them behind the chains. Establish Gavin Garcia. You got to establish some type of run. You have to get them going. Force turnovers if you're Kent State and you want to get off the field on third downs. Because if not, they're going to keep taking that clock and keep running the rock. So you want to get off the field. Now, Ball State, obviously, you got to run Khalil Kelly. But you also got to establish Quad Ashley, the running back for Ball State. Get a passing game going. I think you got to get something, man. You don't want to be one-dimensional. I get it. It's still Kent State, but still, you don't want to be one-dimensional. And you got to stay ahead of the chains and protect the football. When you're running the ball and killing the clock, turnovers hurt because then things can happen, and now you got to play comeback with limited time. And you got to stay at the head of the chain so you can keep converting first downs. But my winner is Ball State because I don't see Kent State stopping Khalil Kelly in this Ball State offense. And I honestly don't see Kent State establishing too much offense. Like, I just don't see it. Kenny Burns, congratulations on 3 wins on the year. They're still a bad team. And I think Ball State has shown the capability of being able to run the football at a pretty high rate. So I'm taking Ball State in this one. Shout out my brother in the comments. He said week 11, the season been flying past. Boy, let me tell you, I cannot believe we are only 4 to 5 weeks left in this college football regular season before championship week. So season's definitely been flying by. Y'all tune into the main show. They pushed that episode back to 8 o'clock tonight. Unfazed is tomorrow. So y'all make sure to tune in. I'm about to go watch this Miami of Ohio versus Ohio game. I hope it's a good one. I think it will be a good one. I will catch y'all Friday. We will return Friday Night Lights, and I will leave y'all with one more nugget. We do have Duke and Texas playing in the Dick Vitale game tonight. Should be a fun one. The Boozer twins, the freshman boys, are taking over the world, going against Sean Miller in his first year at Texas after leaving Xavier. So should be a fun one. I'm excited for it. We had some good games. I posted a reel about Koa Pete dropping 30 against Florida and a win for the Arizona Wildcats. And a reel should be coming soon about the BYU Villanova game last night. That was also a really good game and it should be. Well, I know what it's about. It's about AJ DeBanster. He's featured in it. Rob Wright is featured in it. Kiba Cater and Bryce Lindsey. So y'all make sure y'all check those out. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. But with all that being said, see y'all Friday. I'm gone.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.